Okay, students, we are going to go to the project that we had before. I've made some slight changes to it, but nothing dramatic. I had mentioned that when you have multiple pens and they can be individually assigned to a given thing, so for instance blue to the line and red to the rectangle and so forth, and we can look at the code for that just quickly so that we can understand that the line had my pen for the blue color, the rectangle in this case had my pen for the red color, but we want to be able to dynamically change those. So I'm going to switch to a different project where we have buttons on the given. I can't double click tonight to save my soul. Where we have buttons, for example, and these buttons will allow us to change colors. Now, when we click on Start, you can see that I have black, blue, and red buttons, so that if I click blue and I click rectangle, we get a blue rectangle. If I click red and then I click line, we get a red little line over here. And if we are still on red, then I can click rectangle and it'll change that rectangle to red. I also added a clear button, but I want you to note something, and that's a stylistic thing which you should keep in mind at all times. If I go up here to click black, I might accidentally close the form. Whether that's really that serious a thing or not, it's kind of up to you, but it is something to keep in mind. You should probably keep as many of the buttons as far away from the close button as possible. On further ones, you'll see where I've got clear and close in the same place, and maybe that's not any better than having a color. So this is really all that is. Okay, but different than so much for this. But I did have to instantiate the pen, and I instantiated it to the color black so that you could have some starting value. You don't want to leave a newly instantiated thing with no starting value. I also took out the colors in each of the individual items for line and rectangle, and I placed the items to associated black. So my pen dot color equals color black. My color equals color blue, and so forth. My color pen equals color red. Now obviously you can make a different button and a different color association at your you can add as many buttons as you want for the given item. To clear the item, you can simply say the picture box dot refresh and it will clear the box. There's a number of different ways to do this. I think I've counted up to 5 now, and it kind of depends upon how you're drawing in your picture box, but just so you know. But refresh is one of the easier ones. It doesn't take any parameters. It doesn't rely on drawing on an image and things of that nature. Okay, so this is really all you need to do this. I mean, obviously, if you want more colors, you have to have more buttons. Let's go to the form. Right-click this, say copy. You can do this by dragging it from the toolbox. Yes, I just get into the habit of doing it this way. I can go here, and I can go to the properties toolbox, why isn't it coming up with, that's odd, properties, why does it keep doing this to me? There we go. I don't know why it was doing that. Okay, now then, change the text to, say for instance, green, and go up here to where it says button 1, change this to BTN green. Okay, so once that's locked down, you can then double click the button, generate, say, an event. Go here, copy, paste, go here, green. It's probably doing this because I'm not real well tonight. Okay, so now we should have a button for green. Click green, click rectangle, and there's green rectangle. Okay, so it's really pretty much that simple, no matter what the color happens to be. Once you've got the specifics, then you can fill in the specific color from the long list of colors, or you can create your own custom color out of a thing. If you look at here, you can see how the colors are created in hexadecimal, which is just a very long thing here. So if we have 2, 4, 6, 8 hexadecimal characters, for every character you're talking about here, you're talking about 4 bits, and so for 8 characters you're talking about 32 bits of different shades of colors throughout the spectrum. So just, you know, you can do a lot of different colors that way. Okay, so this is all there really is to creating buttons with pens. You absolutely must create a starter color. It doesn't matter what color, but what it boils down to, you're instantiating, and since you're instantiating, you cannot instantiate pen with no parameters, so start with one parameter of any particular color you want. These colors can come out. In fact, they have to come out so that the colors that you select will work for the shapes that you're using. Now, obviously, you can put in, or I probably already have put in, your various different shapes, and each one of those will use my pen, so that whatever color you selected for my pen, here, 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 and here, will go into those particular items. Okay, so that's this short video. I will be making 2 more short videos shortly, and as soon as this one is posted to YouTube, they expect another one to be recording, and then that one will be posted. The next one that I'm doing is for the radio buttons, and then one after that for the combo box. I'm not doing a list box. I mean, you could do a list box, it's fine. There's a lot of different, there's a scroll box. I don't know if that's what they call it, but that's basically what it is. You have an up and down scroll that you can use to do that. Okay, so we will get to those soon. Have a good evening.